I'm here outside of the Burmax Bistro in Winnipeg, Manitoba. You might have heard about it. It came under scrutiny recently because the hate crime that allegedly happened here might not have actually been a hate crime. The matriarch of the Jewish family who runs the business here says that she was strangled from behind, and then after she passed out, a swastika was painted on the wall as well as the word Jew, and it looks like when you peer through the window, a chair was tipped over. Well, the police have charged that family with counts of mischief. I think they should be charged with a hate crime. A hate crime carries the weight that it does because of the damage that it does to the community, not just the individuals who are hurt. And if these folks did it to themselves, it doesn't really matter. The community still felt the full effects of this crime, and I think that the family should be held to account. But even if the police aren't going to do it, it looks like the landlord will. As you can see, the signs are coming down and the tenants have been evicted. Any entrance onto this property will be considered trespass, according to a notice that's been posted on the wall. I'm going to chat with local reporters here from the J.ca who originally reported on the fact that this might not have been a real hate crime from the get-go. Ron, you were one of the first reporters here figuring out that this might not have been a hate crime at all. How did you figure that out?
Well, we initially figured it out by looking at some court records and some documentation at home prior to coming down to the actual scene of the alleged crime. But once we arrived here and we looked in through the windows, there were a bunch of things inside that just seemed to be out of place for what we would have considered to be an anti-Semitic hate crime. A menorah that's completely untouched, mezuzot on the walls that are not smashed or torn down, anything of Jewish religious significance remained untouched. Hebrew lettering on the wall has not been desecrated. The things that you would expect an anti-Semite to pay attention to weren't paid attention to here at all.
Do you think that this has bred distrust? This stuff does happen to the Jewish community, and it's awful when it really does happen. What does this mean for folks who are real victims of hate crimes?
This is a step back for those people who are real victims, because this puts doubt in people's minds. When other people come forward and report an anti-Semitic event, they'll always bring back this. Well, maybe it didn't really happen. Maybe they're looking for sympathy or looking for attention, the same as the Barron family did with the Burmax Cafe incident. So this does take us back quite a bit, but I'm hoping that our community will be able to unify and come together, understand that these were individuals who carried this hoax, and it wasn't a community as a whole, and we shouldn't all be labeled and brushed under the same label.
It looks like the business is closing down now. What does that mean? Are you pleased with that development?
I think that's important. I think that we need to put this period in our history of our community behind us. I think that the landlord is doing the right thing, taking away any kind of signs that remind the community at large of what took place here, of the hoax that this was, and with the hopes that we can rebuild and start anew again. And one thing that we're all forgetting in the story, that there was another organization that was occupying the space, a pro-Israel LBGQ organization, that in reality is the real victim here of all this. They did not perpetrate this hoax, yet their equipment, their property was graffitied with anti-Semitic materials like swastikas and the words Jew. So they are a true victim of this hoax, so we still need to remember there are real victims of what took place here.
As of right now, I'm not sure if the police are even aware that this business is closing down. I'm going to follow up with them for comment. If you want to follow this story and everything that's going on here in Winnipeg, Manitoba that has to do with this hate crime hoax, please go to rebelinvestigates.com. There you'll stay up to date with everything. And if you want to pitch in a few bucks to cover my hotel room and all the other expenses that come with coming to Winnipeg, that would be great. It would be greatly appreciated. For the Rebel.media, I'm Keean Bexte. Hey there, I hope you found our coverage informative and helpful. If you want to stay up to date with this story as it develops, do go to rebelinvestigates.com. There you can stay up to date with the whole story. And if you could pitch in a few dollars to help cover the costs of me coming out here to Winnipeg, that would be greatly appreciated.